Hi.
Off to Myrtle Beach.
Road trip.
Road trip. Yay.
Hey, it's Jennifer Sparks. I'm only about 4 months late putting out this video. This video is going to be about a Residence Inn, which is a Marriott Bonvoy property. I was traveling with my husband, Kelly. This was filmed in January 2023. We were going from Connecticut to Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. So this is our halfway point we're going to be stopping. Our ride was going to be about 12 and a half hours long. Could we have done it in a day? Yeah, probably, but then we'd be all cranky. It's much better to break it up if you can. Plus, you never know how much traffic you're going to hit going through the tri-state area. And even like by DC, there's a lot of traffic over by Baltimore and Washington, DC. It's nice to just, have that little break in between just to regroup. This truck over here almost ran us off the road. That was a lot of fun. Scared the heck out of us. We were over by Newark when that happened. We were like, this is a real crappy way to start the trip. If you're going to get into an accident, God forbid, at least go on the trip first. Some people are afraid of flying. I'm more afraid getting to the airport. So driving for me is really difficult. But all the drama on the road just makes getting to your destination just that much better. And here we are. We made it. We're going to the Residence Inn in Glen Allen, Virginia. I chose this town. It's right outside of Richmond, so it's not a city. It's easy on and off the highway. The timing was great. It was about halfway into our trip, so we were starting to get tired and hungry and cranky. Here's a look at our room. We actually got the room comped because I had enough points at my Marriott Bonvoy account. I was super excited. I think it was normally $129 for the night, but it was a suite. It had a kitchen and a living room and its own bedroom. So it was big. I mean, we were traveling. We didn't need a kitchen, and they give you a free breakfast in the morning, but it was nice to have one. Those of you that are watching that are familiar with Marriott know that there is many different kinds of brands, but the Residence Inns are more for extended stays. It's supposed to be more your home away from home. I like to use them when I can, but usually it goes down to convenience, where the place is, and how many points. If I could save points by going to a different brand that doesn't have a kitchen and all that, and I don't need a kitchen, then I'll do that instead. But if it's the same price, I'll go for the bigger place. Why not? Okay, let's go finish our tour of the one-bedroom suite. Kelly's all excited because it's almost dinner time. Poor guy, he's such a trooper. I'm like, no, we have to go film the room before we do anything. But, the great thing about these places, these hotels are right off the highway is, with the hotels, there's every kind of chain restaurant and, Burger King, Wendy's, everything around there. So it's pretty easy to find food. If I haven't already, I'm going to make a playlist of all the different hotel brands by Marriott and other brands as well, like Hilton, Drury. I love Drury hotels. Those are awesome. Not only do they have a free breakfast at Drury Hotel line, but they have free, they call it fast break, I think. It's like dinner. It's like a buffet, and you get cocktails too. It's a great value. If you don't travel often, this is probably pretty new to you. They kind of did away with this little small bottles of shampoo, and they have refillable bottles. A lot of chain hotels are really putting in the effort to go green, try to save the environment. Every little bit helps. I usually bring my own shampoo when I'm away and conditioner and things like that. But sometimes when I'm stopping for a night, I'll just use what they have there. So obviously the big selling point here, for me at least, is the home away from home atmosphere, the bigger space for the same amount of money usually. We have a Residence Inn in the town we live in Connecticut. And when our daughters were small, we'd have their birthday parties there. We'd invite, a bunch of kids, and we'd all sleep over, and I'd get, cake and pizza, and we'd go to the pool and have breakfast the next day. The kids loved it. It was so much fun. And our kids loved it because it was different than having it at home. All right, let's go check out downstairs. This is where you'd be checking in. This is where you'd be getting breakfast the next day. There's so many places to sit. You could hang out in your room, or you could come down here and hang out. They have TVs and fireplaces, so it's just a nice gathering place. This particular Residence Inn was very clean and modern. It was more like a hotel. In the past, I've stayed at some where you drove to your door. Felt more like a motel resort, with the outdoor pool. Everything is inside in this property. If I had to find any flaw, it was the walls were pretty thin. You know, we pretty much heard everything the neighbors were talking about. Or was it really the neighbors next door I was listening to? Could have been the TV. I almost called security on people once. You know, it was like in Disney World, and it was like, I felt like somebody was getting killed next door, and it turned out to be a violent movie they were watching. Thank God. Okay, it's the next morning already, and I'm going to show you what the breakfast is like. We get up super early, you know, we grab a coffee, just go sit downstairs, you know, kind of just get mentally pumped for our next road adventure. We still have like 6 more hours to get to Myrtle Beach. We are definitely through the worst of it, though. Anybody that's used to driving from north to south knows that once you get past like Virginia, you're golden. You're just smooth sailing after that. It's great. The breakfast area was actually in a different room. Like they had like sliders that opened up and it was like, oh, this food appeared. Because we were wondering, we're like, we don't see any area like set up for breakfast. I wonder if this one doesn't have it, but they do. It was just in a separate room. I would say the food setup was pretty fair. They had a pretty large selection, and they had meat and eggs and stuff too. I've been to some like breakfast selections where it's just like coffee and donuts. This is great at the Residence Inn because, you know, everybody in your family should find something that they like there. They had like, you know, make your own waffles. You make them yourself. There's not somebody there that makes them for you. You know, you take the batter and you put it in the machine. It's kind of fun. This particular Residence Inn had an indoor pool, but I have been to ones that had outdoor pools as well. If you're wondering how I get Marriott Bonvoy points so I could stay for free, it's because I stay at Marriott's. And when you stay at Marriott's, and especially if you stay at Marriott's and you spend money at Marriott's, you get points. But then I have a credit card that's a Bonvoy too. And that's when the points really rack up. You know, all my credit cards are all travel stuff. I travel all the time. So I have a Carnival one, JetBlue. I'm thinking of getting MGM or Caesars, possibly both of them because I travel to casinos a lot. You know, if you're going to be spending the money anyway, you might as well get something back for it. But now it's time to hit the road again. If you enjoyed this video and you found it helpful at all, can you please subscribe to my channel? Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. And for those of you that are subscribed already, you rock the hardest. I really appreciate you. I really love traveling, and I really love sharing my experiences and knowledge with others to make your trips a little more successful when you go. I'm going to leave some playlists at the end of this video. I'm going to leave the hotel brands if you want to check out other different Marriotts and other different properties to see the difference between them. I will also leave my Myrtle Beach playlist if you want to see what Myrtle Beach is like. I will also leave a link to my Connecticut channel called Afternoon in Connecticut. All fun and interesting things to do in my little home state. Whatever you do, though, make sure that you make the time to go. Go see things. Life is short. The hourglass is getting smaller for all of us. So make sure you get out there and you see everything you want to see. I like to inspire people to go and follow their dreams. This is your host and your tour guide, Jennifer Sparks. Be well to yourself, be kind to others, and safe travels to you.